Rela moela baesho ke a tseba hore Lufuno le Cox ba tsere nako ka ho bolela ka ambulance ka Ronan Williams. There were other winners that are worth noting. Mufokeng.
Thoma abai fit.
Big talent in terms of the future. But you also look at some of the players that were their goal of the season. I know Lufuno. Okay, Arskabulela le Lufuno because it will create more tomorrow. He'll be triggered.
Goal in a weight. I was saying the same thing. Goal in a weight. Koksare kar kya dabi karno. I rata weight.
Everything you get the weight gains. Then you look at my favorite one. PSL referee of the season, Kumbuzo Kas. With the performances that the refs gave.
Hey, bona. Akere awadia ona ituleka kwa COSAFA Cup. So the guy really didn't hear much about.
But if you didn't hear about him, then it means he was
good
good.
Job.
Yeah.
That means he's doing a good job.
In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Yeah, but now. Well, having said that,
Yeah.
and one of the beautiful things is that Stellenbosch had a good season last season. And that is showing with the team, with the Bafana Bafana team that's in the COSAFA squad. Because you've got the likes of Devin Titus who are in the squad, you've got the likes of Tibos who's now in the squad, and he was a nominee for Defender of the Season. That speaks volume about the season that was. Looking at the COSAFA squad, do we say it is where now the senior team coach of Bafana in Hugo Bruce is now looking to say, how is it that you're going to be able to play?
Yes, it's always been like that. My only worry was the fact that he's not physically involved, but it seems like Honale continuously playing because of Tabata qualification now in terms of the coaches being there. So Helman being there is an extension.
Unal Dipambiri Helman because you couldn't sit there because you must make sure paperwork.
Yes,
next season, look at PSL. You can't sit on the bench if you don't have the paperwork.
No.
And let's thank Ramo Remudi for doing a stellar job in his absence. So it tells you Honale continues because you look at Apolis. There are players we didn't even think they were going to be given a chance. Like right now, if you look at the Bafana squad, you are thinking, I've got to resort head, But it's this kind of tournament where you have to raise your hand and say.
And then so that you can be in the pool of players.
Correct. Yeah. So that, because one thing about Matala right now, it seems like Hugo he's willing to give people a chance. He's not willing to say...
Just not mine.
Yeah. He might not temper much with the 11, Marogare, he's willing to bring people in. And once you are in the squad and once you are able to be a pool of that squad, there's a lot of matches that still need to be played. So players now, they need to take their chances, especially players that are Cape Town Spurs.
No, man, that squad is made of coastal players. Because when you look at the Cape Town Spurs, Lufuno, does that then say that there is something being done right by those teams in the coast because that's why they're...
One thing that you can also look at and take out is age on that team. They really looked at age. The guys that are there are still very young. Some of them are really, they don't have that much of experience in the PSL per se, but the young Mudise from Chipa United is there.
Yeah.
You should know him better.
Of course.
So there are a lot of good players there. There are a lot of good players are there. Yes. No, I think it's the right way to do things. Let's give, the Cupido, the striker from Spurs. He's a good player. Give him, let's see what he can do in an international stage. So we can benefit out of this as a nation, for the national team. You know that you have a pool of players that you can select, and the guys that are actually start to gain international experience. These are tournaments for that.
Question that I have, Cox. Now, Coach Helman is the one that's in charge of the squad. For me, I'm looking forward to seeing continuously through the tournament that has just started yesterday. Are they playing similar systems than they do in the qualifiers, or Coach Helman, do as you wish, man?
Yeah, and then that would also tell you, Hore, is there a stricter way of us playing? Have we developed an identity? Because I have this feeling, like, whenever you watch Bafana, I can't adopt to whatever the situation demands. And we saw when we were playing against the DRC, bronze match in the AFCON. Or it was just let's not lose. So we were on the upper foot in the last match. We were the ones dominating. We were the ones possession based. Are we now playing to our strengths? Are we going to see that in the COSAFA? And I think also the COSAFA changing its format, because remember how Bafana Bafana used to parachute and land in the semis, and it didn't give Bafana a chance to prepare, because it's like you are this top dog that we are expected to win this tournament, but so let's see the identity. I'm more concerned about the football than I'm actually concerned about the results, because there's going to be matches that need to be played by these players, and let them play. Go coast, Bafana coast.
Who are you looking forward to seeing Lufuno in that COSAFA team?
Cupido, the striker. I want to see what he can do at a high level. I think he's a quality player, but let's see when he plays for national team how he reacts.
The pressure of the national team, Cox, isn't it something that is going to now be good, because it's an environment that you start to know what it's like, so that when you then go for the qualifiers, it's not like the environment is foreign to you.
You have this pool that you're cooking and you are preparing, And I like the fact that this squad in particular, back and forth. Like how yes, you've had your chance to prove yourself. So don't go back, guy. You understand?
Yeah.
I like the fact that they've identified this as a cooking project. A project the player are ready for and how to and so I think we're in the right path. We're starting to make football decisions, and in it benefit to us.
So football decisions, as in the words of Coach Roberto. So you believe Bafana are cooking? Yeah, because as you were saying that they are cooking. But there's also a lot of things to then be able to look at. And I'll throw the spanner in the works and say, you are now Stellenbosch, you are Cape Town City. Your players have not rested, and the season is about to start.
Yeah, it's football, That's why it's important as well to say, in terms of players' international careers, they need that. They need to be in the stage. And you cannot say a player like Titus, who hasn't played for Bafana, is not a well-established Bafana player, vis-a-vis Adams, who's already been there, know what's happening there. Give him a chance. Allow him. It's just one or two players. Allow these players to go into that stage so that they can be able to experience. If you hear what the defender, Mloisane, said when he was called, when he said he saw the name, and he said he phoned his mom. He was overjoyed.
Happy.
He was happy. So allow him to go and experience this and play there.
And also, Lufuno mentioned it about age. Let's not take it lightly, because that will also play a huge role, more recovery rate. Yeah, these boys. They are young. They'll be able to go on. They'll be able to recover. So Stellenbosch to say that thing, because the reason they can also have a smaller squad is because recovery the players are on. When you overtake on the other side,
but it will be very interesting to watch if Stellenbosch still believe in the small squad now that they're in continental competition. Small squads are for teams that are from Joburg South. And one of the things that we are looking forward to talking about, this is a segment that we will all keep quiet. Lufuno will tell us all about these coming coaches. He's coming. Did they buy new grass too?
I want to learn more.
No, we will talk about those things in the next segment.
Take football serious.